everybody, welcome back to my channel and a recorded video. So we woke up to the news today that Sarah Ferguson has been on Good Morning Britain. Yes, the Duchess of York is back at it and she is plugging herself, plugging Andrew, and just saying what a great job Charles is doing. So I just want to look into why she's coming out with all this Andrew stuff. They are plugging and plugging. She's saying he just needs to be left alone and in peace to enjoy his life. So is in peace not to mention anything that's happened or any of his behaviour. Because courtiers was not just unfavourable to Meghan and Harry. There was a lot in about Prince Andrew as well. Let's have a look and see what the cards say is going on with the Duchess of York. I've also got to say, we've been picking up for a while that she's going to do something stupid and say, and here we are. And we've also been picking up for a while that she's not coming to the coronation. So, yeah. And she isn't. So let's have a look and see what is going on with Sarah Ferguson. What is she trying to achieve? What is all this about then? King of Pentacles. Okay, so she's wanting to get back to a situation where she's feeling more abundant, she's feeling more wealthy. Of course, the King of Pentacles can well be Prince Harry here. She's this definite feeling of wanting to kind of take a lot of financials and really kind of, I feel like they've looked at the model over in Montecito and they've kind of went, oh, we can have a Netflix deal. We can have a what do you call it? A book memoir, even though Andrew's come out and said he's not doing that. I don't know, man. They're looking at something, it's financials, and they're looking at their, of course, godson, which is Prince Harry. Crossing them is a sense of loss and wanting to move on. So I feel like they've definitely felt stuck. Definitely felt stuck around money. Definitely felt stuck around financials. They're wanting to kind of get people moving on and not talking about. I feel they're not emotionally, they really don't like this whole Prince Andrew's relationship with and he did this and he did that. They're really not happy with that. They really don't like settling on that emotion. Really not happy with that. The thing is, they can't seem to they're in their emotions about finances, and it's really weird when you're asking somebody to move from a 30-bedroom mansion to a, like, I don't know what Frogmore is, 5-bedroom, 4-bedroom, whatever, to a 4-bedroom mansion, because that's just been with floating yoga floors, and it's like an offence at that, even though Royal Lodge has got damp, you know, that's difficult to treat. I don't know. 5 of Pentacles. She wants to give the impression that she's not out. She wants to really give the impression that they're not out of the royal family, that they have stuff to offer. They're very aware of people kind of being disenfranchised from the royal family. So she wants to, I think she wants to give it a kind of soft Megxit kind of deal, like, oh well, we're not front and center, and I'm not at the coronation. You can't do both things. You really have to. But this is a lot about money and not being okay with the loss of some income, with the loss of money coming in. So I've got the 8 of Swords leading up to this. She didn't know which way to move. I'm wondering if the inspo to go on the show to go on Good Morning Britain came to her, because she was definitely felt tied up in knots and frustrated with things, frustrated with everything that was going on. She couldn't quite get a grasp of where to go next with it all. Definitely Harry vibes coming in though. Ace of Cups in reverse. The World in reverse. Death in reverse. The Seven of Swords in reverse. Go on, Fergie, make it. And the Ace of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. So we know how Meghan and Harry love a new start. Well, apparently so does the Duchess of York. The Ace of Cups in reverse shows to me that she's really not part of the coronation. That's for sure. I don't think it's went very well at all. Things haven't smoothed things out by her being on the being on Good Morning Britain. It's almost like, what is she doing? Why is she saying these things? Why is she putting her head above the fit and saying this stuff? Because all it's doing is giving the newspapers going, oh yeah, remember when Fergie did this? Remember the sucking the toes? Remember this? Remember that? And they can really just kind of like, especially that either out comments, they can go into her separation from the royal family, her breakdown with like what Prince Philip called her, and how Prince Philip was wary of her, how she was barred from. They can go into all of those things. Of course, this is opening up some bad faith arguments. She's definitely opened up a bag of worms with that. And there's a sense of, what the hell is she doing this for? Why is she doing this now? What is going on? It's almost like there's this disbelief in it all. Disbelief in why she needs to go onto the telly and say all these things in the run-up to the coronation. It's just like, is she trying to sell more books or what? The World in reverse, there is frustrations there. She wants the attention, she really does. She wants to turn things around, but she's gonna change things up with death there. This is about the burning away of the old and bringing in of the new. Of course, when death shows up, this very much says this is an end of a kind of relationship somehow. And yes, the world is about cycles. The world can be about endings and beginnings, but this, to me, also, when you're talking about a celebrity, is like the world stage. And the world is very much, she's trying to kind of master things. It's like she's trying to clamber onto the stage, but she keeps falling off, and everyone... Yeah. And everyone sees it, and everyone sees the kind of stuff she's trying to do. She is trying to regain control of a narrative here. She's trying to move the goalposts. She's trying to engage in a kind of mind game. And she's trying to take things off the table in the public opinion. They all kind of do this in a way, but what we get with Harry and Meghan and Fergie is Fergie's very upfront about it. Fergie's very upfront, and she just kind of comes on and goes, well, actually, you're wrong. Prince Andrew's really nice. But Harry and Meghan will rebut it in a Netflix series or a Spotify series or whatever they do, or a book or this or that, and they try to change the narrative that way. both of them don't like the press they receive, and both of them don't understand why they're all unpopular. The problem they've got is they're unpopular because they caused it and brought it on themselves, and it's this lack of self-reflection and self-awareness that really, really bumps them. And Eugenie's going to be a bit like this when she gets older as well, not so much Beatrice. I feel like they haven't got this kind of like this thing to be able to self-reflect. They just feel that they should be entitled to good opinion and good grace. It's really weird. Here we have, of course, we have got the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, which looks to me like she is gonna start a stop it. If Sarah Ferguson was sitting across from me now, I'd be saying, look, just chill your boots. Don't do anything rash. Don't launch any new businesses or anything like that. You are just completely. You need to stop what you're doing, basically, and you need to self-reflect, because when she goes into the Ace of Pentacles energy in reverse, there she's onto something losing. They are going to lose some financials. They are going to lose not only their financials but also some stability as well. Now, I can't see any, apart from that, I can't see any dodgy paperwork around this one, but it's something coming up where they're going to lose some funds somehow, further lose funds. So let's see what King Charles thinks of this impromptu thing that she's done on the telly today. Let's have a look. What's King Charles think of Sarah Ferguson's telly thing? Let's have a go. There's death in reverse. What's surrounding Sarah? Death in reverse. I don't think he is really that happy about this, to be honest with you. I think he'd rather she just shut that hell up. The Death in Reverse card, it's really like burning the bridges. I feel like she's just got a hold of King Charles's goodwill and just kind of like went a little bit too far. Maybe just a teeny bit too far. Let's have a look and see what's crossing over. The Fool, risk. I think there's a lot of stuff where King Charles has been warned about, and I feel like he has been warned about the Duchess of York being a bit of a loose cannon. I feel like, yeah. Eight of Coins, he's trying to take stock and take inventory, and 10 of Wands. He really is trying to take stock and inventory of what has gone on, and I think their lack of funding or something, I do feel like he likes to have a think. We were establishing this into the new reign. It's a little bit weird for us because we just think, oh, we're not quite sure how things are going to land because everything's a little bit weird. You know, it's kind of like whack-a-mole with weird relatives and stories popping up, like they haven't been invited, this one hasn't been invited, this one has, and all of these kind of things. And it's just really kind of like, But I think when it comes to Sarah Ferguson and stuff, he is really thinking long and hard, and it's about financials. The 10 of Wands underneath, he's like, oh, well, I don't have to do that now. I can let that go. So I'm interested in to know what that means. He's sick of carrying something and it's been relieved from him. So I'm wondering what that means, especially with the Death card in reverse and the 8 of Coins coming in. I think even though she might be at the what do you call it? The concert, I do feel like there's more stuff coming in. The 7 of Coins is there as well. He really is thinking about what's going on with the finances, and I think this has pushed the conversation along because he's thinking of how it can make it work. With the 7 of Coins, of course, that is waiting for things to grow, waiting for things to develop, especially with your financials, waiting for your harvest to come in. And the 8 of Coins is also about work. The 8 of Wands there. Eight of Cups, 6 of Swords, 4 of Coins, and the Knight of Swords. Okay. He's going to be very quick to act on something coming up. There is going to be, look, he knows fine well, the 8 of Wands there, it's backwards and forwards. There's lots of communication. Now, King Charles is not an internet, permanently on the internet, or even at all on the internet. He hasn't even got a smartphone. So this is really just like stories going backwards and forwards. This has created some unwanted press and people going back and forwards, back and forwards. And he feels like, why can't people just move on and just get on with things and enjoy things? The 6 of Swords surrounding him, and that's the journey and traveling. So I think he is a little bit concerned about how the things are going to move on the day at the moment. Of course, this can be prone to change. This is, you know, it's just a tarot reading for today. That's what's surrounding him right now. The 8 of Cups there, it's all about why don't they move on? And I think this dude is still in grief, guys. He really is. He is not feeling... He's still mourning the loss of his mother, and you've got all of this noise. So, yeah. The 4 of Coins there. What he's worried about is loss of control of the situation. I don't think I think he's... From the vibe I'm getting, he's like, thank you very much. You've made a decision for me, and thank you very much as well, because there's going to be loads of stuff in the press and backwards and forwards, and I don't kind of be bothered with it. He knows it's kind of coming. The 8 of Swords there, the Knight of Swords there in the future. With the Ace of Pentacles, I would suggest that there's something coming up around their security. There's something coming up around something legality regarding Fergie and the monarchy, and King Charles has to act quite quickly on it and make a very quick decision about it. The 8 of Wands there, of course, I feel like there's going to be more and more going on. I'm wondering as well, with the Ace of Cups and the 8 of Wands, if Fergie's going to come out and say stuff about the Queen, and King Charles is not going to enjoy that. I'm definitely not going to enjoy that if she says something particular about the Queen. I don't know what yet, but yeah, there's something coming up around that as well. So yeah, but there we go. That's what I see in the cards. Let me know what you guys see in the cards, as always. Thank you very much if you've made it this far into the video. If you are about, we're having a live later. We're having 2 actually today. I do appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for joining the lives. I just thought I'd do an old school video for you, and I'll see you in a bit. Bye everyone.